What they do, y'all? It's Andrea and Britt back with another video. So we frequently get asked, how do we survive a long distance relationship? So we've been together for 3.5 years, and 2.5 years of the 3.5 years we've been together were long distance. And now that we live together, it's crazy to even think that we went that long doing it.
True. So Andrea, of course, in our How We Met video, Andrea was going to school in Miami. I had just graduated, get my bachelor's, and I was back home in Altamont Springs, Florida for a few months until I left for basic training. Was in a delayed entry program, so I had a few months to just kind of work and chill until it was time for me to go. So after we met, we pretty much just kept it completely honest with each other. We weren't looking for anything serious. Really, we just wanted to have fun, communicate. You know, maybe when I come to Miami, we hang, and that was pretty much it. But it led into something else. We started communicating, every single day.
Yeah, so we were kind of in like a situationship. Like we were together, but not together.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much. And when I left for basic training, I just was completely honest with her and let her know, like, hey, we don't consider ourselves in a relationship.
Right.
You have free reign to do anything that you want to do. Right now, this is my sole focus. You know, you have school to focus on, and if we end up kind of linking back up or reconnecting, then that just is what it is. I wasn't gonna put ties on anything. Of course, we liked each other.
Right.
But yeah, so I went to basic training. That was 8 weeks at the time. That was in 2016. I don't know what the timeline is now, but that was in 2016. And really, for the most part, I didn't get a lot of phone calls to be able to talk to her and communicate with her until maybe like the 5th or 6th week. Like we got a few phone calls here and there because I was there during like Memorial Day.
Yeah, that was the first time you called.
Yeah, I was there during holidays, so they gave us that opportunity to talk, like call somebody. She was always the first person I called. Sorry, Mom. She was always the first person I called. So we're communicating through letters. And then fast forward to past those 8 weeks, then I was in tech school. So this whole time period is like 8 months that we have not seen each other. Strictly communication. No. We have not seen each other. I was in Texas, in San Antonio, then I was in California for my phase 2 of my tech school, and we didn't see each other all that time.
No. But like in the midst of us communicating that whole time, we actually like got into a relationship in September. So we were dating.
Yep.
And then for Christmas, she told me that she couldn't come home and ended up surprising me. What? Came home, and that was the first time we seen each other in 8 months.
So pretty much this video is about the things we feel are vital and key factors to a successful long distance relationship. We got 4 key facts. The first one is definitely going to be communication. Communication is key.
Regardless, whether it's long distance or if you guys see each other every day, you have to be honest. If you're not feeling something, let that person know, because they're not going to be able to change something that you don't tell them.
Yeah, unfortunately, in a long distance relationship, like many of us know. So at the end of the day, Andrea, we're in our 20s, early 20s, later 20s.
Right.
So we both want different things, and at the end of the day, we both express that, hey, I don't know if long distance is really gonna work for us, or it never has really worked. Or you're hearing things from other people that's saying like, man, it's never gonna work, it never worked for me. So it's all subjective. However, I'm the type of person that needs, love, affection in the physical aspect of a relationship. So long distance has never worked for me in the past. So I already thought off rip, it wasn't working. It wasn't gonna work.
But that was the thing. I had never done it. And honestly, I wasn't thinking about doing it. And then we got really serious, and I was like, I have to give this a try. Because if I don't, then I'll never know.
So we communicated a lot. We talked a lot, at least when I got the chance to.
You really have to make time, because I had my own schedule going on. I had 5 o'clock morning practices for cheerleading, then classes, and then I was working after class. So it's like you have to fit in time where you can make sure that person still feels important in your life, even though you have all those other things going on.
Exactly, which brings us to our second factor, time management. Time management is key. You hear so many long distance relationships that don't last because they arguing, or they saying like, you can go all day without texting me, you know, it take 2 seconds to send a text, you know, that sort of thing. It's really true though, because we not perfect.
Right, but you make time for what you want to make time for. If I'm important, you're going to make time for me. I know you have other things going on, so do I.
Right.
But it still needs to take time out your day to be like, you know, hey, how are you doing today? How's your day going? It's the simple things. Like, I know we may not be able to talk on the phone for 3-4 hours, but as long as you're communicating with me throughout the day, so I know, you know, hey, you still checking up on me, hey, you still care what I have going on, then I can be okay with that.
True.
Our third one would be trust, which is huge.
Personally,
trust would be number 2.
Trust probably trumps all of them. However, like, you gotta communicate to be in a long
have
relationship.
trust.
Yeah, so trust is huge. But the crazy thing about it is, I trusted you 100%. Is it smoke detector? But I trusted you 100%, maybe 99.1. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was honestly, that was never really an issue. Like, we would be fools to say like we just put our 100% trust in each other.
Right.
So I just,
especially when we just met, like, I didn't know much about you, you didn't know much about me. But I don't know, you gave me a sense of security, like I felt safe, so I trusted you. I just went with my gut feeling. If I felt like something was fishy or off, I was gonna address it.
Right.
Like, I wasn't gonna sleep on it. I was like, for some weird reason, I'm feeling this way, and this is why. So either you're gonna clarify and let me know, you know, hey, you just tripping, or you acting funny, and I'ma know.
yeah, that's true. I feel like man, without trust, it's hard to do any of those other things. Because if I don't trust you, one, we already in a long distance relationship.
It's not gonna work.
So 2, you know what I'm saying? I mean, 1, we are in a long distance relationship. 2, I'm not seeing you every day. You know, so if I don't trust you and I'm not seeing you, it's easier for me to lose that time management and make you a priority. And then 3, the communication, it lacks there.
Right.
So without the trust, it's hard to communicate, and without all of that, it's hard to try and make somebody a priority when really, the trust not there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And if you don't trust them, you don't communicate, they're not going to be a priority because they're not important to you.
And then the last one, I don't remember what.
It's commitment.
The last one is commitment.
So,
point period blank, don't get into a long distance relationship or relationship period if you feel like you can't commit.
right, like, if you're not ready, be honest and be like, you know, hey, right now, at this point in my life, I'm not ready to settle down. I want to live my best life. It's a hot girl summer. I don't want to be tied down to anyone. And that's how you feel. Be honest, because I would rather someone tell me that and be straightforward than have me out here looking stupid.
Yeah. Pretty much. That's all I got. But, okay, so, you know, our opinion as far as long distance relationship is just that. Our opinion is subjective, based off of what works for us. Right. We had our struggles, arguments, our battles, you know, plenty of times. However, if it wasn't for those things, whether that was trust, commitment, communication, and time management, we really wouldn't be sitting here. We wouldn't be where we are today. Right. But the thing about it is, like, man, you think about it, 3.5 years in a relationship, and 2.5 of those were long distance. And to be completely honest with you, I feel like our bond was crazy. Take a video. Wait. other. Our bond was crazy when we weren't seeing each other, just because you have that wow factor every single time you see each other. And granted, shoot, once I found out where I was stationed, which is in California, which is in South Carolina, which is in South Carolina, Andrea's right in Florida. That's not far. Once I figured that out, the first thing I did was go on Google Maps. I was like, dang, how far is South Carolina from Florida? Man, it's not far at all. It's a hop and a skip in my eyes, because I love her. I want to see her. You know, we gonna make this thing work. And like I said, it's subjective. Your long distance relationship could be California all the way to New York. You know, you totally across the country. So you don't have the time to, when you get a holiday or when I get a 4-day weekend, I can go and drive down to Florida and vice versa. But we spend a lot of time, a lot of money traveling to see each other. We really did make it work. I think it kept the relationship exciting. And it was cool. It really wasn't a bad experience at all. I'm glad she's here now.
Right.
Because it saved me a lot of money, a lot of time.
A lot of gas.
A lot of gas. Man, I done racked up so much leave just because of the simple fact that she's here now. And driving me crazy. Every single day. But, yeah, that's really all I have.
Yeah, so I feel like if it's something that you want to try, you should go for it. Make time for that person. Plan trips. They don't all have to be spontaneous. If you're close enough where you can drive to that person and it's not going to have you crashing on the side of the road because you're driving for 12 hours straight, then do that. Make that sacrifice. If you don't want to catch a flight, just make that sacrifice and go see that person. Make time for each other. Communicate and trust them. If they haven't given you a reason not to trust them, then trust them. When people ask how to survive a long distance relationship, those 4 things pretty much wrap up how. But different things work for different people.
True. What may have worked for us,
it may not work for you.
Yeah, it may not work for you. Now, granted, if commitment, trust, communication, and time management don't work for you,
you're doing something wrong.
Okay. But hey, like we said, that's worked for us. And there may be other things that are vital to somebody else that feels like trumps all of those other things. So when people ask, hey, if somebody had to ask me, do long distance relationships work? Of course. It's just about the time and the effort that you put into it. Period.
Right. If you want it to work, it'll work. If not, it's not going to. So with that being said, this is the advice that we can give, and we hope you guys appreciate it.
Disclaimer, if it don't work, don't say it's because you watched this YouTube video. That's on y'all.
But thank you all for the continuous support and love that you guys have been showing our page. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe. We really, really appreciate the love.
Y'all alright.
I love my cousins, and y'all my cousins.
They are cousins?
Yeah.
The subscribers?
Yeah.
That's what we call them, our cousins?
Yep.
Alright, cousins.